Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And it's hard to believe we're already through the first full week of the first season of The War Within. But you know what? Here we are. So I've had a ton of really great progress, both personally doing various things that they've added to this expansion, but also with my guild. And we'll look ahead at things we're looking forward to and how I'm going to continue to progress my Marksman Hunter. But first, two things. So yes, I did get a brand new headset. Hopefully I sound a little bit clearer, more crisp. I do think I sound a little metallic or robotic though at times. So that's just something that I need to get figured out. But in the meantime, hopefully you guys will bear with me. And second, I actually met a viewer while trying to fish for the Skardyn's Grace Trinket in a random heroic Grim Batol today. So for Puggernaut from Zul'jin, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for checking out my videos and saying hello. And if you guys ever see me in an LFR doing PvP in a dungeon with you, please say hello. I always love hearing what you guys are up to and to see all the success that you guys have on your Marksman Hunter or your Blood DK, for example, in the case of Puggernaut. Anyway, I hope you guys had a really great week, and let's kind of do a recap of what my Marksman Hunter journey looked like for the first week of The War Within Season 1. So first off, Raid came out this week, so you had the first wing of LFR, you had Normal and Heroic. The World First race starts tomorrow on Tuesday as of me recording this video, and then Mythic Plus starts this next week as well, which I am so looking forward to jumping in like feet first. You better believe I'm going to be doing a ton of keys this next week and trying to push as high as possible. But my item level is 603, so I made significant progress from last week. I think I went up like 6 or 7 item levels. There was a shakeup with some of the trinkets since some of them did get nerfed, which I do have a trinket video, or just a BIS video in general, I should say, on my channel if you guys would like to check that out. And the new trinket that's going to be a pretty passive trinket is going to be the Empowering Crystal from the Dawnbreaker dungeon. This is in the Mythic Plus pool, so you can get that all the way up to 639 in your vault. And then that other trinket is that Skardyn's Grace. I actually only got the heroic version today in that dungeon I did with Puggernaut, but it's still a very, very strong trinket. And in fact, look at that. At 593, that's a 5500 mastery steroid. That is absolutely huge. And I did promise you guys I was going to be making my Pow Pow gun, and I did get that up to 619. We're not in Dragonflight anymore. 619, and I did get that embellished with the Darkmoon Sigil Vivacity, and I did get that enchanted as well. I spent a hefty sum on that for the Authority of Radiant Power. And then I just had some different items. I did end up getting just one single item from Raid, but it was a tier chest piece. So I did put a few of the cheaper enchants, since again enchants are so expensive right now. But looking to this next week, we're going to get a half spark, so we're not going to be able to build a second item just yet. I guess I should say, if you didn't build the gun, you can already have both of your linings, your crit dawn thread lining. You can already have 2 items made. You're probably going to put that on boots, a cloak, a wrist, or a belt, for example. I will eventually put it on either my wrist or my cloak. Most likely going to be the wrist though, but I have to wait another week after this. But we're going to continue to see some steady power creep here in the near future. You already have a one of your charges for the catalyst. I don't know if we're going to get a charge every week like we did in Dragonflight, since it's starting at the beginning. Even if we don't and we only get one, still only have one charge, that's still going to guarantee me at least my 2 set this next week. And from my vault, I'm hoping that I get a 619 item, and I'm hoping that's going to be something I can either turn into tier or just something that's going to be really strong for my character. So I unfortunately don't have any Mythic Plus yet, since that doesn't open until this next week, but I am so looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at my vault though really quick. So with the delves I've been working on, it's actually 616 is the max. You just need to do 8s. I happen to be doing some 10s and 11s. I hope you guys will check those videos out on my channel as well. I've been really pushing myself to get the most out of my Marksman Hunter. I actually did get the Immortal Spelunker title, which you get from the Feat of Strength here, which is the Immortal Spelunker achievement from completing a delve without any deaths on tier 11, which is the highest so far here for season 1 of delves, and I did that solo, so I definitely know that you guys can do it as well. And there have been some nerfs and changes to delves over the last 24 hours that should make it a little bit easier for you guys. And the last thing I need to take on is going to be Zekvir himself on that double question mark difficulty, but the dude has almost 200 million health, so we're going to see how that's going to go. But all in all, this was a really, really great week. My guild went 7 of 8 normal and 1 of 8 heroic. We made some really good progress and got almost to the last phase on Queen Ansurek, which hopefully she'll go down this next coming week. Otherwise, I believe we're probably going to go 3 of 8 at least heroic and take down those next 2 bosses. We just ran out of time. We only did about 3 pulls on the second boss on heroic. Not a big deal there. I'm really excited to get back in there and see just how much damage we've added to our build over the last, I don't know, 36, 48 hours or so. Just because, again, in the last 36, 48 hours, I've added the Devout Zealot's Ring, the Bone Carved Circlet. Both of these trinkets are brand new to me. Making that that gun through crafting, and then picking up that tier piece. Like, that is a huge, huge increase to damage. Now, once I get that tier set, we'll be doing a little bit more damage, and it'll be much more noticeable in AoE with that multi-shot increased damage than it will be in single target with your arcane shot. And then one last thing, I have been messing around with my builds, and can't believe I'm going to say it, but I have been running with steady focus in single target and for AoE. It's actually not too bad, and I was honestly surprised at how often you do proc it. Yeah, you're not going to have a ton of uptime on it until you get to 11.05 when they update it for the better, might I add, when you only have to use it once to get that haste steroid. But it wasn't too bad, and it definitely does help with your focus regeneration, because it basically doubles my haste, since I'm running with 8% base whenever I use it. I'm not going to try to focus so much on keeping that timer as high as possible, but overall it's been an increase, and the only thing I'm missing out on is going to be the Hydra's bite damage. So my Serpent Sting damage went from around 1.5 to 2%, or excuse me, from 3% or 3.5% to around 1.5 to 2% overall. But my quality of life honestly did go up. As long as you're not killing yourself trying to keep that uptime high on it, I think that it's just going to be a passive thing that you're currently doing right now, because we need extra focus regeneration in our build, which we're going to be getting in 11.05. And I am still, of course, playing a Sentinel Marksman Hunter, but that may change once Dark Ranger gets its full rework here very soon. But how are you guys doing this week? I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Best of luck in your vault. I cannot wait to share what I get out of my vault this first week. If you're in my guild, or excuse me, if you're in my, I guess if you're in my guild's Discord, but if you're in my personal Discord, be sure and post what's in the box. Let me know what you guys get, because that's what gets me through the day at work on Tuesdays. You better believe that I'm going to be looking at all of those nice, shiny new items for the first full week of the expansion, at least tier 1 wise. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.